I mean, I had this person that I love to, like, she's my wife. I love this. Yeah, I don't want to hurt her, but I do. Just like to see what I'm like, to really become conscious of my action, of my words, of what I do, because I really don't want to hurt another person. And she's like the closest one to me. She's the one that I hate to hurt the most. And I see how it mostly starts with the communication. You want results, you want to evolve. When you have both people ready to evolve, that they want to grow, it creates this opportunity. Okay, we can talk. Like you have to, because you have to be open to say I don't know. And that's the whole point.
Give me a heart first, brother Cini. Hello. Beautiful. I'm happy that it worked out.
Yes, at the end.
Yeah. So it's been taking us a few times to rearrange as well, because here at the ashram it's always like this. People have things to do, but eventually we made it. So today I have this beautiful, beautiful man, Cini. Very happy to have you here. And he's one of the guys, when I was talking in the interview with Matrudas, where we were sitting all four of us at this table and had this beautiful heart-to-heart man-opening conversation. And Cini was actually one of the first one I met from this group, and through him I met the others, Cam and Matrudas. And yeah, from the beginning when we met, we had this amazing open-hearted conversation. We're talking about relationships and how we can open up our hearts as men, and he inspired me a lot also to go through with these interviews. We had a lot of conversations about doing the work and presenting yourself out there, and he's been there to hold me in times when I had doubts. So very happy that you're here now.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here. It's kind of weird to speak on the camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like when we met is I don't know, like just from your energy I knew, okay, this guy's interested. Yeah, we met in the yoga class.
Yeah, true. I sometimes forget that.
Yeah, man. And then we had the breakfast together, and the rest is Easter.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Very, very good. So, you want to do this?
Maybe we start with tea first.
Like a chai store.
Ah, yeah.
Double filter, that's okay. So this is Lotus Blue. Yeah, the best friend of my wife, she makes this.
Nice. It's coming more and more in trend, I find. I hear from so many more people that they also have like this Lotus Blue sprays. I think a friend of mine had that.
Remember Essence? Yeah. Marco was telling me about it yesterday.
And it's like revitalizing, right? And
I don't know, I haven't tried it. Yeah, that's what he said, but
Me, I just try things on my own. Really good.
cheers. No, that was for good. Yeah, so what would you say as an opening sentence? What does it take to be a real man nowadays?
wow. As an opening sentence.
As an icebreaker.
Oh, of course. What it takes to be a man in today's age, like what it takes to be a man,
Yeah.
I had no idea. I mean, on this journey to discovering it myself, I have a lot of I can tell you a lot of like a list maybe this long of what it shouldn't be, but what it is, it's really I don't know yet.
And how are you finding that? How do you find your way around to know what is true and what not?
I just go with my feelings. Just really, because I feel like as men we've been taught to think always, rationalize everything, and it's part of also part of our male, just our men part. So we likes to to have a brain, he likes to rationalize things. But at the end of the day, we have to come back to the feelings, to what is real. Because, the mind is was really controlling the mind. So let's go back to what is beyond our control. And yes, just listening to my feelings, just really understanding what I don't want to replicate, seeing my father or other men around me, and just even looking at my past life and just situations that I'm trying to, not even situations I try to avoid. Just it's pretty much it's just going back to the feelings. What back to the feelings, what feels right and what feels wrong. What is this is like whenever there's a situation, it is I don't know, because even feelings is just, it's another world that I was not used to navigate into. So it's just learning how my body works, what are these feelings, and then once you understand what they are, it's just, I don't know, it's a different ballgame. Yeah.
Was it difficult for you to start to explore your feelings and to understand what they actually are? Because that doesn't come into like the moment you become a man and then you're a teenager and then you become an adult, that they're like, oh yeah, and here's your feelings, another toolbox. I feel like this is something we have to learn.
It's I was struggling with feeling from the longest time. Like even now, if you're asking me what I feel like my mind goes blank and I cannot identify what the emotion is. It's really like my mind is fighting my feelings, kind of way. I'm not trying to hide my feelings.
Right.
I say that I'm numb, but it's just my mind that doesn't want to feel.
And do you have sensations in the body then? Or?
I have sensations in the body, but my mind just bypasses. So I just need to focus more, and it started with that, honestly. Just to start feeling what that feels like. And just, but first actually started with analyzing my reactions, because that's you have to see first. And I started analyzing my reaction and seeing, okay, there is something. And I'm like, oh, okay, so this is the feeling. Because it's just, I don't know, it's something that for me, at least for me, it was like, it's when you get in touch with your feelings again, it's something that is foreign. It's like you feel it, but you like, this is this. It's like, I don't know, I always felt, because when I was rationalizing it, okay, this emotion is, I don't know what I was thinking. But then I started to understand that, okay, this feeling is this emotion. Is this is the how my body's communicating to myself. And that's just learning how to learn the language of your body.
Right. And I found that with you, that you're very willing to say that I don't know. Like I had that so many times in our conversation where we were talking about something and you're like, I'm not sure. And I find that so brave actually as a man to admit to not to know. Because there's often like this, I find, trying to prove that we know everything, that we are knowledgeable, that we have so many great theories. And I find it takes actually a lot of courage to be like, I know the theory of it. But do I really implement it, like this honesty to yourself?
Yeah, I mean, it's another part of the mind to bypass. It's like the way when you get in a certain situation so many times, eventually, okay, there's a different way to do this. Because it's just like, I feel like it's part of that toxic masculinity. You can never say, I don't know. Like exactly for where I was born, you were not allowed to say.
Right.
So it's just, I don't know. And we become our own teachers, our own parents, and we'll just keep propagating this
and this discomfort that comes with it
of not knowing.
No,
it's like, it's not a discomfort, but it's like you live in an empty life. I feel like you're like, it's like you're living in a house of cards, but it's built on like not reality. And once you go deep inside and you go to see like, hey, what is real? What do I know really? But you have to say, I don't know, to see what you know. Because it's like your cup is full. There's no space for anything else because I know. I don't allowing any information in. To understand something, we have to see from like a lower perspective. You have to be more humble.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. Have a little bit also this childish curiosity, like why is this? Wow, why? It reminds me a little bit, you know, Krishnamurti. He talks all about inquire yourself, go into self-inquiry, like inquire, why is my mind saying that? Where's my feelings coming from?
Yeah, and that's the first spiritual method I've learned was self-inquiring, and it was something I was very in line with.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yes, it was very in line with my persona, and we can question like a way from to use your mind to break your own mind.
Do you want to share a bit more about this method? How you were going about that?
Yeah, it's called Netti. They call it in India. It's like it means not this, not that, and just logically understanding who you are, like who the self is, or what is this body. It starts very easy, like it just depends where you. It's tough how to start because you have to catch where your mind is, how far you are from your soul. And then once you catch wherever you are, you have to. It's kind of opening like a door. You have to catch that first question that engages your mind. And so basically, I will say, for example, I'm not this cup, and I will list like, okay, I'm not this cup because, and I will say, okay, because it's separate from myself. And then using this logic of, okay, whatever is separate from myself is not me. You go deeper and deeper. Okay, so am I this body? And the first thing would be yes. And then, okay, what happens if I cut my legs? They're separate from me. I'm still me. Am I still the self? It's been diminished or something? No. It's okay. So I'm not my legs. So you start cutting more and more of your body. And like as I said, like once you get to the brain, it gets kind of complicated. But when that bypass your brain, and when you get to the mind, okay, so am I my mind? Am I my thoughts? And then if you can see it, it's not you because it's separated from you. Because like what the eye cannot see the eye, the finger cannot touch the finger. Like whatever you are, you cannot touch yourself. And then it's just like logically going backward and backward and backward and backward and back. No, this is not me, this is not me, this is not me, this is not me, until everything is out. But I mean, that's logically inner, yeah. In a nutshell, what the process is. Yeah. But it's a beautiful process about it. Yeah.
Ramana Maharishi, he was also Ramana Maharishi, is his name right?
Ramana,
Ramana,
yeah.
He's also about I'm not the body, right? It's when he had his near-death experience as a young boy, as a teenager, and then he just didn't care about his body anymore.
Yeah, it's. I mean, he's the one. I mean, I don't feel like he's the one that started it, but he's one of the persons that made him more popular. Ramana, and yeah, it's Ramana. It's really to do what he did at such a young age, and to have that dedication to know who you are, to have that fire inside of you. I want to know who I am. Besides anything, I don't care about my body, I don't care about anything, I just want to know. This train is really commanded with something very, very rare. But yeah, really.
And how was it for you then to implement these teachings in your life? How did your life change from that?
From implementing these teachings. because at the time when I learned these teachings, I was suffering a lot. I was in for depression. I had my spiritual awakening, and I was not in a good place. So I was trying to get out of the situation. So I was willing to do anything. And I came to India. My first teacher, my first master, he taught me how Netti. He taught me yoga. He taught me a bunch of things. And then I said, okay, go back to the West.
How was that?
It was not really like that. I mean, I took go back to the West to work, to save some money and start traveling again. But I had to work for 1 year, so I needed some tools to survive.
Right. Yeah.
And when I went back, I started to I meditate. I went super extreme into this path. I was I had nothing. I had no friends, nothing, like a yoga mat, and just meditation. Amazing.
Yeah, you were telling me that you had this thought that you really just want to leave the materialistic world and just go meditate in a cave, right? You were ready to do this.
No, it was not like that. It was it was more like a realization that I had to leave the cave. I felt like I had to leave everything and get it better. And it was really sad for me. It was really like the idea of leaving my family, my mother, and my everybody was really it was. I think before I left, I cried. I was like, "Oh, this is the it is. It was not a happy decision, but I had no other option. It's really for me, okay."
And was it because of the suffering you have experienced in your...
No, the suffering made me question things. That's why I had a depression, and I'm really super thankful to my depression, because it's just like depression is just a symptom. It's just like your soul is screaming and telling you something is wrong. Yeah. And what helped me was that I didn't take any antidepressives, and I just went to the bottom of the depression, and I saw where I was, and I was not living the life I was supposed to live. And so I was not doing what I was supposed to do. And the depression is the thing that made me, I couldn't function in the world anymore, so I had to stop.
Right.
And that made me stop. And once I started stopping, I started questioning, okay, what I'm doing. And then just following this question, I want to know. And then I arrived in India, and I started listening to spiritual speakers. The Power of Now was the first book I read. They started out like, okay, this is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And then it's just like more and more. It's not, nobody's teaching you anything new. It's just like, you just open into that possibility. I feel like, as kids, as kids, we're like already doing everything, we're like, but with this box gets closed down by the spiritual box, the dreaming box, there's another world behind it.
This is
not all of this is gets shut down. They box us. Once they box us, it's like to reopen this door. You have to relearn how to open a door that you didn't put there.
Right.
That's the thing. It's like it doesn't.
Yeah. Somebody put door there, and you're confused. Like, where's their door?
Yeah. I mean,
Can I open it? But it says don't open. But it's not locked.
There's no door.
There's no door.
In
the first place.
Yeah.
Would you say was that your experience with the spiritual awakening, that you opened that door? Or how would you describe that?
I would describe it like everything falls.
The realization that there's no door.
No, the realization that it was not a realization. It was just really like everything fall. Like it's like it's like the box vanished.
And then you suddenly left in outer space. Like,
Yeah.
Where do I
Exactly.
put the anchor? Where do I attach to? Like, what the fuck?
No, it was amazing. Like you're like, for a moment, like the box disappeared, and then it was like for 3 days. It was like amazing. And then the box came back.
Ah, okay.
So, but now I know what's behind the box.
Right.
So now it's just like learning how to make that, just believe that the ball. No, I just remind myself that there's no box, and that's what we live every day. Is just like reminding ourselves there's no box, everything is possible.
Did the depression come after the spiritual awakening?
No, the spiritual awakening was in the middle of the depression. I want to say in the middle of the depression because like, depression is like something that is taxing on the body, on the mind, and it's like I'm still have like residues. Still have like residues of depression. Like now I noticed, but it was at the beginning after 3 months of the depression. Ups and downs.
Would you say this depression has something to do of recognizing that box?
Oh, of course.
Even though you've experienced that it can be without it, but you're still in it.
No, like I feel like the depression is the thing that you like. You cannot function. Like I was not functioning. I cannot. I have everything. I'm sad. And I usually like I have a job, I have a girlfriend, I have thing, I have this, I have that, I have money, I have this. Like like the recipe to be happy. And
Yeah.
like, I'm not happy.
Still something is off. Something with that.
Yeah. And then and then the depression was like I'm building this life with the Lego bricks that they give you in the box, and then you realize everything like falls. Like why? Like you're almost there to the happiness, and then like there's no but. It's like everything evaporates. Like,
Yeah.
but it brings a lot of suffering because it's everything we know. It's like everybody's they stripping everything you know, but it's not even something you know. Everything that you've been taught. And it's the same reason why a lot of people are not awakening, they're not awakening because it's a lot of suffering. You have to let go everything. So it's compassion to the people that are also still in the world because it's a lot of suffering. Some people don't want to look at their suffering.
So it's not necessarily just letting go of the suffering, but even going in the suffering.
To let go of the suffering, you have to leave the suffering first. We cannot let go of the suffering from inside. You have to suffer, you have to suffer, you have to feel it, and then once you felt the whole thing, it goes away. It doesn't, like, the problem with the suffering is not it doesn't last long. It's not a bad thing. It's really like it's just life. Life is just one of the colors of life. It's the color of death, the color of one of the darker colors. But it's like you need all the colors to make these beautiful paintings. You need all the colors.
Yeah.
So if we suffering, and from a man that cannot cry, yes, I understand the importance of suffering. It's important. The part of crying. It's just like it's just another. It's one of the most important colors. Like it's death, and like you cannot have life without death. You cannot have. The importance of having things is to lose them too. It's like when you have no attachment. It's not like you stay away. Like it's not like you're in a cave or you're like this and the world passes by. No, you live in the world. You really live in the world when you're not attached to the world. But you're living it. You cry, you smile, you cry, you go through this. But you're not attached to it.
So what happens to you when you try to cry?
I make horrible noises like yeah. If I make like sounds that is to release that emotion, but it's not as good as a cry. I connect to the location of where that whatever the feeling is, and I in my voice I let it out.
Well, why do you think this is not crying? You said you can't cry.
Because I cried before, I cried. When it's like a memory, but it's also like it's not like a memory. It's like a feeling. When you're crying, when you cry.
This is a full body
like the release. That you're crying and then you're finished. It's like like I remember as a kid, You cry and you have whatever reason you have to cry, but you cry until you're done crying. And I feel like I don't have this release. Like I do it and I push as much as I can, but it's not the same release. I don't feel like.
And how was it for you to talk with your friends in that depression when you had these feelings that you wanted to release? How did you find it?
It was amazing. It was really bad, but it was really good at the same time. Because when I was in a depression, I couldn't lie anymore. It was really, I was ultra honest, too honest for the world. How are you? Not good. People don't like that.
Why not?
Because it makes them uncomfortable. Yeah. So they started to engage. I could hang out with only 3-4 people, and you have thousands of friends. I couldn't speak with 3-4 people. And whenever I went out, I was just like, I don't feel good. And the people were asking me why, and I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm not happy. I mean, I used to be happy. I'm not happy. And people were looking at me straight in the eyes and telling me, it's normal. It's called growing up. And I was like, no. I was like, no. I couldn't accept it. I was like, a lot of people told me, like even some people in my family told me, I was like, oh no, this is wrong. No. I was happy yesterday. I know I can happy again. It's okay. There's nothing you can tell.
Somehow in our DNA still, we know that this feeling of how when the cells are vibrating on a higher vibration, when you're in love, when you're just like amazed by the world, and you can just like tap into all these emotions. You're present. You're there. You're in love. Not just like with one partner, but with the world, with yourself, and it's just like yes.
And yeah, when I felt the lack of it, but yeah, it's like you said, it's love. It's just like really, I was very disconnected from this love, and it was killing me.
Would you say you felt your heart in that time?
My heart?
Yeah. Were you connected to your heart, whatever your heart was telling you?
No, what do you mean? No. I was completely living in the world. I was living in the world. Outside of the world, I was doing my own thing. Before, I was. I was as off the grid as I could be. Which was nothing at all. I was living in the city, but I was living. Not in the world. I just in the world, but not in the world. And what was the question again? Sorry, I lost.
How? What your connection was with your heart?
It's my heart.
And
nothing like in the world. Like you have a heart, but I was not respecting when my heart was telling. I was not respecting when my heart was telling me. So I heard like there was a line like my values. I really I stepped on my values many times, just because to fit in and because I didn't understand the world. But there was a line that I want to cross. But still, like to get to this line, I stepped over my values. I was not standing on my ground, standing on my beliefs, standing for my heart. And that's how it started. It just takes you away for yourself, and then depression eventually.
Yeah, I noticed that you lead a life which is not really your life. You lead somebody's image of a perfect life, and then you live it and you're like, this is me. And your heart is crying, like, please come back to me. And I feel like this is where depression comes from. When the heart and mind is so disconnected from each other, and you just stay fully in the mind, and you cannot even feel the sensations of having a good job, having a good girlfriend, having a good life, having a good car and everything. Like apparently nice things,
but empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. I feel like until I was 30 was okay because it was a lot of parties and a lot of distractions. But then when life got real and I couldn't escape anymore, that's when the depression started. So like I remember I said, okay, I'm an engineer today. And then I saw the rest of my life for 40 years on there.
What did you study?
Civil engineer.
And you were employed at a company?
I worked for 5 years in different things, working from home and doing different things because I was just living my life. Job was just to support me. And then my last year I said, okay, I'm a civil engineer, I'm gonna be a civil engineer. And that's when the pressure started. Because before I felt like I was still on the borderline, okay. I still have some degrees of freedom. And then when I decided to, okay, I'm gonna be part of the world 100%.
Just be careful not to step too much because the microphone is there, so it might come back. It doesn't sound like very strong. It's
Sorry.
oh good. Just reminding.
Yeah.
Right. And then, whilst you were working, one day came the realization, no, I don't want it, or what was the turning point?
I had a question. Like one day I was working and then I was on my computer and then I was working on some other website I was working on. And then I stood up. I couldn't no thoughts. Just stood up and I walked to my room and lay down on the floor and I looked at the ceiling and I looked at the ceiling for like 8 hours, 10 hours. And that was like, okay, that's when I decided to say, okay, something's wrong. But it was not great. It was like something happened and then I was still going to school, I was still going to work, and I was still trying to figure out. People told me exercise, I try everything. Like, you're desperate, you try everything. Exercise, I start exercising, I start doing this, I start going to nature, I start doing all these things. And then I'm like, nada. And then I started, okay, I just I kept saying I'm gonna quit. And then my one very good friend or my coworker came to me and he said, okay, like you keep saying every time like you're quitting, like you're never gonna quit. Of course. So that same day I wrote my letter of resignation and I went to my boss and I said, quit. And then I looked up like where people go to find themselves. Thailand, went there.
Oh my god. First step just to leave your old environment and immerse yourself into something new.
Yeah, it was just to rediscover myself.
Yeah.
So I just need to restart. I just left everything. I went to Thailand with nothing. And it was amazing. Like really like a trip, like whatever I said yes to everything. Because I was okay. I was really like a kid. Yes. I was really pushing to see, okay, because I had so many fears inside of me. Like, okay, if you do this, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, and I push, I'm gonna die. And then you realize, like, to die is really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard to die. If it's not your time, you're not gonna die.
Yeah.
As simple as that. And then it was like really that trip, like 1 month in Thailand, and it was only 1 month. Completely changed my life. Like, okay, yeah, I got a taste of like, oh, life can be like this. I forgot.
And then, how was it after you had this experience? How life can be, how life can feel, to go back into your old life and try to reconnect to the old people you were surrounded by?
No, like after that, I went back to Italy because I remember I was born and raised in Italy, so. It was the last happy place, so go back to Italy. And I went back to Italy and I realized, okay, I cannot live here either. It was very, very hard and I was really even more depressed, And like that's the time I couldn't speak with anybody. I was super super honest. My circle of friends just became like 3 or 4. And then... which is amazing. It was like very clean. And then I finished summer money, and then I went to the States to make some more money because like I maxed out credit cards of like. And then when I was in Thailand, I spoke with this man and he told me about spirituality and told me about also told me about black magic, so it kind of scared me. And
There's always somebody scaring you of black magic.
but everything he was saying was right. Like I was not ready to listen to hear it. And then I saved his number, and after Italy, I was so desperate that I called him. I'm like, okay, where should I go? He told me you should go to India. That's the video stuff.
Wow, okay. And that was how many years ago?
5 years ago.
5 years
No,
ago.
no, 6 years. 2007, 16.
And I want to ask something about. We talked about open hearts, and well, a lot of men I've been talking to, there were some men saying to a certain extent, yeah, you need to have an open heart. Some men just really admit from the beginning, like, actually, I have no idea what an open heart is. But with time, the longer I talk to other men, the more comes this common, almost like, but I don't know what really an open heart means. Like that we men are naturally not so connected to the heart. But we're connected with especially the sacral center and the head very strongly, but the heart is almost like I get it, it's important to have an open heart, but what is it really? How was it for you?
The open heart?
Yeah, to explanation, what does it mean for you personally to have an open heart? And how do you feel that?
To have an open heart for me is like synonymous with what is called be vulnerable. To standing, like to be vulnerable, I feel. Because it's really like the act of opening your heart is your most precious part of yourself. So for me it's like it's the act of being vulnerable. Very feeling. It takes courage to feel.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it is like vulnerability, sensitivity is the same. It's just like you're open and your skin is very easy. You have like a very delicate detector in your heart that it's amazing because the things that it can detect. What is the air is super delicate. So it's very hard to learn how to deal in this world with an open heart. Like, for example, for me, I have issues because of my heart. I'm too open, and I get hurt a lot. So, you just learning who to open your heart to, and it kind of sucks because, like me, I would just love to open my heart to everybody. And I always think about people like Jesus or Amma or like the Buddha also, like people that were like, it's like
They are just love.
just love. They open their heart and they just take to
Give it
people,
to everyone.
like take take more. What is it?
Yeah.
And yeah, I just realized I don't have unlimited energy, so to learn how to not to use your energy correctly. Yeah, for when you have more energy to give, you know how to give it. And it's like, it's like when you learn how to have money, your parents give you like €1 to learn how to use the €1, and then eventually have more money, you know how to use it.
Yeah. And when you started to be super honest, that comes with a lot of vulnerability.
Yeah, but I know, like at that time, I didn't have an option.
Right.
I was completely broken. I don't have the strength to put on the mask. I just don't have the strength.
But what a beautiful experience this is, right?
That
That life gives you like, okay, we cannot do it any different. Now you have to. Like, this is not a choice anymore. This is the only option you have now.
It's an amazing, like I tried to say, like really, depression was an amazing experience. It's just that it sucks. It's very long, and I wished we had tools like meditation, and I mean that's how I got into meditations, and everything is for the best. I just do it. That's what I needed. Yeah.
And I find it actually very fascinating when you make that step. Okay, I will be vulnerable now. I will be honest and you stick to it. And I find it on my path now that I want to be truthful to the moment from moment to moment and always express my truth. It's really, really tough actually, because sometimes I express things which I then regret. I'm like, oh, why did I say that? But do I really mean it? And we had this conversation with Matrudas that how beautiful it actually is to feel safe, to express it to the people you love and be like, I feel sad about this. And they're like, oh, why do you feel sad? And listen you out, hear your feelings, acknowledge your feelings, validate your feelings. And then tell them, okay, I understand. Would you like to hear my side? And then you hear their side. And you realize, oh, I actually have no reason. This is not about them. This is about me. And then to have the space to explore that and still feel safe. Because what happens often in friendships or in love relationships or in family, that whenever you express something, you might be not even right. But then there's this defense mechanism. No, but you shouldn't feel like this. You shouldn't feel, almost like your feelings aren't validated. But if the other person validates your feelings first, like, yeah, it's totally fine how you feel. But where is this really coming from? Give you the space to question yourself, and you have then the opportunity to really go deep and be like, oh no, he's right. It's not about him at all. Yes, there was fault within me. And then not to feel the guilt, not to feel the shame. Because I think that often eats us up inside. The guilt, the shame, the blame, everything. So we suffer from something and then we suffer even more because we torture ourselves with these feelings.
But I feel like, it's... I agree with you. But at the same time, I feel like, this is... Life is... It's about... the ultimate goal is to be like you, regardless of where you are. Wherever we are. So I feel like, when we have these moments to when you can have a conversation, there's actual conversation, like, back
Heart to heart.
Heart to heart. There's a resolution, and it's like, you feel free to express yourself, the person is, because it's not about the conversation, it's about love.
Yeah, this sharing of love as well. Attention and presence is love as well.
Absolutely, it's love. But at the same time, it's rare.
Right.
And at the same time, but the problem, I feel like I had the same issues when I feel like I want it all the time.
Yeah.
Because it feels so good.
Yeah.
But it's rare because it feels so good. Because if you was every day, you wouldn't appreciate it.
Yeah.
So it's really like, when we have these opportunities, enjoy these opportunities, take them like as training ground, because this is the way that you're supposed to be, or whatever. And then when you are out, now it's time to practice. And it's like, okay, you're speaking with a person, and you see the defense mechanism and what to do.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to not to get hurt, and it's like, okay, I see the first one, like understanding how we work, and really. Not even understand, but it's really... I feel like, one of the issues that we have in the world is like we're not compassionate with each other. We don't validate the hurt of somebody else. Because what these people are doing over there is like, okay, when you go to the city and everybody's doing peace, everybody's reacting bad, it's like, it's just suffering, they're full of suffering, they're just suffering, they suffer so much that they hurt you because they're in so much pain. That pain needs to be validated. It's a lot of pain. And I think it's our job to validate it, to understand, okay, you're in pain. It's what to do. But if we start reacting, it's the same thing, the pain doesn't get validated. And once it gets validated, it gets felt and is present, and then it goes away, like everything passes.
It has time to resolve, or a space to resolve.
What to do? It could be very small. It's just like we make it big, It doesn't have to hurt that much.
I found it really beautiful when the other day when we had this talk, and I was talking about my heartache and was just so sad. And first you were like, oh, but is that, or is it this, is it that, and giving me almost like resolution. And at some point you're like, maybe we go the other way. How about we do it like women? How about you just tell me your feelings, and we just talk about that, and then our conversation went in this other direction, and it felt so beautiful and so nice that you were able to feel me there as well and be like, maybe he just needs holding in this time right now. How was it for you, like the shift that when you made that?
Because because I felt disconnected from my heart. Like I saw you because I have this issue for me to connect with my heart is to feel the pain of other people because I'm afraid of this pain. My wife tells me all the time. So when I see other people crying or people in pain because I'm not able to touch that or I don't want to touch that, I'm just staying like this, and I hate to feel like, I feel like a monster. I feel like I have no feelings, which is not true, but it's like I feel like that. That's why I was like, okay, no, let me try something else because it's like he's suffering. I wanted to see like why is he suffering, and then I started to think about, okay, I remember one ex-girlfriend that did this to me, and I was thinking about my current wife. My wife, if this happened to me, I was like, wow. Okay, maybe another man, like what I wanted to be between this moment and see. Okay, let's try. This was my first time. Don't need to.
Wow. I really felt that in that moment there was like something to shift, and then in that moment I started to cry because you're like, if my wife do that to me, I would be devastated. This is tough. And when you said that this is tough, I'm like, yes, it is. It's so fucking difficult. And then I just like burst out into tears. I'm like, yeah, that's it. Like my feeling has just been seen, and I feel not alone. I feel like you got me. You're here. You're my brother. We're in this together. And it was so beautiful. Oh man, I was really, really appreciative of that.
No.
And this I find so rare. But now the more I'm on this path to try to find that, the more people actually coming into resonance with that. Because I know now what I want, how I want to feel it, and if I'm in this energy, I feel like that resonates. People can go in this resonance themselves because you know what you need, and people can tune into that, whether it's verbal or non-verbal. And if you're sensitive enough, as you were in that moment, you're like, oh yeah, somehow I feel like there's this gap. What is it? And then be brave enough to go in there and stay with these emotions, because the thing that heartaches, feeling lonely, lack of love, just such difficult feelings, because we're not taught that to feel this way as men. We're taught to just function, go out in the world and just work, be a man. No, get another woman. You look how handsome you are, you can just get another one. Like, why do you cry about one woman? You can choose to be happy.
Yeah. It's tough. It's really, as a man, it's really tough to show your sensitive side. To act like a girl, because that's exactly what we did. It was amazing. Yeah, you even said that. Yeah, because I was thinking, like in the chick flicks, they always like, okay, you have a problem, ice cream. Watch a movie, a sad movie, and watch ice cream, and it's good. We cry together. We cry together. Yeah, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's I feel like for men it's really something that is when it's like when it's a tragedy, okay, we're able to get there, but I don't feel like I don't want to wait for that tragedy to start.
Right. Yeah.
That's the reason why I started on my spiritual journey, on my journey. It was actually that I feel numb. I know that if a tragedy strikes, I will be okay. I will connect to my feelings again. I don't want to wait for it.
Yeah, you want to prepare until that moment.
Not prepare. I want to feel life, because it's like if you cannot be sad, you cannot be happy. You cannot enjoy something if you are not willing to lose it. It's truly, it's really that. To enjoy something, you have to accept that it's going to die. Are you gonna? It has to have an end. Yeah. If not, it's we are ungrateful. I don't think we're ungrateful beings. But I don't know.
But we take it
Still
for granted.
society, we take it for granted. We take it for granted.
Yeah.
So
We think this is the norm. This is the.
it's gonna happen to me tomorrow. Tomorrow already at this.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
And then one day you know it, and then the world. plunge. Yeah. And then you realize, oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. It's really like, you know, even when you told me about your heart, I felt like it's like it's the same thing with my depression. It's not the same thing at all. But it's like the beauty. If you can catch the beauty.
Yeah. What's the lesson behind that? Not what is happening to us, but what can I learn from it? What's happening to us?
But this is like what is happening to us is to teach us something. So it's like it keeps the lesson.
Yeah.
And it's really beautiful because it's like when you have death, because the problem with death is just it becomes like it's like we kill you want some more tea? We feel like we're invincible, you know, and
Yeah. This body will last forever. We
And
can
then-
cure everything.
you don't even think it's like, you know, when like you really think you're invincible, you really think you cannot die. Like, no, it's not gonna happen to me. Somebody that's next to you, like, it's not me.
Yeah.
It's not happened to me until something happens. Like you go to the doctor and something like this happens, and you're like,
Just
no.
like bad dreams. Like it's not me.
No.
Oh.
This cannot happen. I like to wake up again, like, no, tomorrow I wake up and no, this cannot happen to me. And it's crazy because it's really, no, it can. It really can. And it's to live with this respect, exactly, respect to life every day. This is like, it's a gift. It's really one of the biggest gifts in the world.
Yeah. Humility, being humble. You know.
Yeah, respecting life. Like when I was in Mexico, I almost died in the ocean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was tough.
What happened?
With my wife, we went to Ispolite, and I was in Mazunte first, and we go to the water, and it's beautiful. We find our plane in the water, and then we decided to spend the night in Cipolite, which is called Cipolite. We found out later that it means the beach of death.
Wow.
And a lot of people die, like the top 3 beach that people die in the world.
Wow.
And so we go there, we were playing, and I was showing her, like, when we were in Mazunte, like, everything was safe. I was showing her, like, I don't float, you float? And she's like, yeah, I float, but you don't float. And she, like, look at me like, wow, you really don't float. It's important for the story. Because then, fast forward 2 hours, we go to Zipolite, and she's like, okay, let's go, before we go to dinner, let's go to the water, and let's go swim. And we go in the water, and at first we start swimming, and I feel like, okay, I'm not the best swimmer, so I'm very conscious where I can touch or not to touch. I swim into like one. I touch, I do like this. I put my feet down, I can't. I try to go back. I cannot go back. And I felt like, okay, this is serious.
The current.
The current took us out. And Tori just took us out. And I was like freaking out. I was like, okay. And my wife was telling me, relax, we have to swim across. And I paddled across. And then she told me she go to swim across. And I started to see like the beach getting farther and farther away. And I was getting tired. Then I started to hear the wave crashing on us. And I was like, hey. And then I look at it and I'm like, save me. Because I'm not the best swimmer. And it was like so humbling to say to my wife, save me. Because I felt so much now to my enemy. I'm not, I and a power in the water. It's really like kryptonite way. And then she tried to push me and I lost even more energy, you know, like I look out, I look at her and like, and I saw for a moment like the fear in her eyes, like because I don't think she was gonna die, but I think she was gonna die because she was trying to save more. And I was okay with dying always, you know, but to see her look at me dying, it was like, no, this is like, And it was her eyes is one of the saddest thing I ever see. Like it's like one of the things that if I remember those eyes, is something that can make me tired. It can bring me close to cry. It's really was very very powerful. And then I started screaming, help, 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 and then she started screaming too. And then out of nowhere we saw cause it was like a sunset time, and the police don't know after sunset the lifeguards they leave, so it was night by the time we started yelling.
Wow.
And out of nowhere we saw a light, and like I said, it was like a miracle. Even the lifeguards they told us it's a real miracle. But this one lady saw you go in the water, and they called her. She came to call us.
Wow.
But they're gonna go drink beer and yeah. But that taught me respect for the ocean. Now when I go to the ocean, because then before it was what I was doing is really I did a lot of things in the ocean which we haven't done because I know respect. It's the same thing for life. You just really respect life, and we're not thinking so much.
When you have this moment of pure desperation, you're like, help,
Yeah.
help. I cannot deal with this by myself anymore. I need to reach out to someone. That is very humbling. That is such a humbling experience.
Yeah, it's really.
It's so beautiful and important.
To really ask for help. It's really.
Like what you say, it's not that easy to die if it's not your time.
Absolutely. Yeah, I didn't get the feeling I'm going to die.
But
Because
the fear was real.
because it was I still had some energy. I still have because I got to places where I got really felt in dying. So, but this one, I really felt not yet. But to look at my wife, her eyes, they did it for. I was very gay. I might die. I never thought I was that. I was okay, this is bad. This is bad. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, this is bad. This is bad. But I saw her the moment she okay, this is pretty good. And it was it was not my feeling of my own death. It was the feeling of my wife for my death that got me. That was really got me. It was really, well, no, yeah, amazing tough moment. And then we went back to the beach, and my wife, she's crying, thanking everybody that saved us, and I'm yeah, okay. I look at her let's go to eat. Another example of men not dealing with their emotions.
Yeah.
Took me a long time to. I still have in the chest to tell exactly what happened in the beginning of the ocean. It took me a long time, and I'm still not done. Yeah, but she's done.
She processed
She
it.
processed it in 3 days. She got really almost sick. She couldn't even hear the sound of the waves anymore. At night she was so scared. And 3 days, 4 days. Now she we're back in the ocean, and but yeah, different processing time.
I think this is where women are very advanced compared to men. The ability to process feelings. What I was saying with this girl I was seeing, and she has to go distance from me to process her other relationship, and that's why she cannot be in this relationship, which is so ununderstandable for me, because I'm how is that? Because I've never done it like that. I was super capable of going from one relationship to the other one. She's I cannot. I need to process that. I'm what do you mean process? What does it even look like? Wait, so I sit there and I just feel it, okay? And then I mean, now with time I'm starting to actually learn much more techniques and what actually means to process and to really feel it, and then not to attach any story to it, and just let go through, and it will come back again. Let go through, it will come on back again. But with time, it will settle, and it's just easier to be in that. But before I started this whole journey of really trying to inquire into my heart, what do I feel from moment to moment? No, I would just go out, I would drink, smoke a joint, really try to dissociate from everything, just not to feel it, and I'm like, yeah, but I can just choose to be happy, right?
Yeah, we got it for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really like when I had the breakup, when I broke up with one of the girlfriend that really heard it when it happened. I remember I went like on a 3 day just drinking and partying, and like I don't remember anything that happened 3 days.
Oh, wow.
And this is the first moment I realized something something was missing. Okay. It's crazy. It's like, as you said, women are more like, for us, it's just really you have to discover everything.
We're just learning it
you
right
have
now.
to learn. You really have to learn.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And therefore we need to be open towards and admit that we don't know. Because before you admit it, you just live in your illusion and live in your mind that you can do it all by yourself, you don't need help. But the moment you admit and you say, I don't know, and you start asking, how do you do that? You know, with childish curiosity, like processing emotion, open heart, how? And then you finally start answers where you feel resistance towards, and you're like, man, I don't like this answer. And if you inquire, why don't I like this answer? There you find.
Yeah, that was the answer.
Yeah. A deeper truth in it. Okay. That's why I was resisting. That's what felt a little bit, I don't like if the people say, you just have to love yourself. I kept hearing it. You just need to love yourself. And I had this like annoyance, like, everybody is saying love yourself. Da, 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 da. And then I asked, but one friend, she asked me, what is self-love for you? And I'm like, what is the and I'm like giving some like brief answers, but then I was like, hold on, I don't know. I don't know. And then she kept telling, like the way she does it and the way she processes it. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, she asked me how, when you give a gift to somebody you love, what's the feeling? And I thought about it. How do I give a present to somebody I love with this beautiful, loving intention? Like, this is for you. Like, how do you caress somebody you love? Like, with this beautiful touch, like very sensitive. You feel everything. You're really in tune with that. When you go through the hair, you really feel the texture of the hair. Slowly, you take your time. And she's like, yes, and this is how you do it for yourself too. When you eat food, with the awareness, you sit down and like, this food will go inside my body, and it will nurture every cell. I can touch myself with beautiful, loving touch, slowly and gentle. When I put coconut on my oil, this is because I love myself. If I go and buy chais, I buy this chai. It's a gift I buy for myself because I love myself. And then with the awareness, take your time. You enjoy it. You drink. You feel how this is nurturing you. This is self-love. And wow. And I tried it, and it works. It really makes a difference. And I was laying in bed, and I'm like hugging myself, and I'm like, I was so against self-hugs. People would tell me, but do you do self-massage or hug yourself? Women would tell me that, this is stupid. Why should I just hug myself? Like, that's useless. And then I start doing that, and like, oh, I do feel something. This is so new. And then to really caress my body and be gentle to me. Like yesterday, for example, I had again some palpitations, and I was touching my heart, and I was saying, thank you. Like, I love you, heart. You really, this whole body is here to assist me, to be alive, for me to have this human experience. My body loves me. My body is with me. And that was also just like a paradigm shift. What self-love actually means. The full awareness and intention in every action can be self-love.
That's a lot of good tips. I'm gonna try the, because I've not tried, because like for me self-love is really also like, what is it? And then I would say like, love yourself, and then you're like in a redundant thing, but like in the action would be to show myself love, to allow myself to be.
That's what I would call self-love. But also like the caring, like this part, I feel like I'm not a caring person. And it's really, even to like now that I started to do it, like it feels weird.
Right?
Yeah. Very interesting. Well, I don't know. Yeah, but I was right, because it's to give love. If you know to give love, you receive and give love is one.
Yeah. And what Matruda said, for example, like inquiring about these questions and talking about your feelings and wanting to get better, and that's also self-love. Because you love yourself, you want to get to know your feelings. Love is also like when with your wife, you ask questions. You're like, how do you feel about that? You want to get to know her because you love her. And that is also, if you have the awareness of actually all these spiritual quests or even these conversations where we talk about feelings, this is also an act of self-love. Because we love ourselves, that's why we go even in there. We question, like, why do I feel this? How can I be intensified? How can I feel more love? How can I give more love? How can I share more? How can I be open-hearted? That's very loving to me.
No, it's very true, because now it's like, when I was talking about this feeling is that, I had the same realization, like, so this is like, I was calling it another thing, when I was on my journey, and like why I'm here, the reason why I'm here. I never saw it as self-love. It's really self-love. I love myself enough to be here. It's really like it changes everything. It's really, it's true.
The same action can have two different motivations. I can just gulp down that chai and like put the coconut oil, brush my hair with like intensity. This has to be solution orientated. I take my time and feel every single sensation. Like, wow, this is how it is to be alive. Interesting.
Yeah, that's the. Yeah, well, I will definitely try.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how was it for you? One thing I want to talk about was communication, which I found very, very inspiring how you talk about your wife. Like, this was for me, the moment you start talking about your wife, I was like, you do this devotion with this, like, she's sacred. This love is sacred, and the willingness to learn about communication. Because now coming back to what we talked about earlier, to express your feelings and talk how you feel with the people you love, this communication part, I find is one of the most important things when it comes to relationships. How would you describe the communication you have with your wife?
It's getting better. I realized that I don't know how to communicate. That what I think has been said and what actually I said is completely different. And yeah, just like learning, not even learning, like like you said before, like I had this person, but I love to, like, she's my wife, I love this. Yeah. So I don't want to hurt her, but I do. Just like to see what I'm like, to really become conscious of my action, of my words, of what I do, because I really don't want to hurt another person. And she's like the closest one to me. She's the one that I hate to hurt the most. And I see how it mostly starts with the communication. I don't do what I want to do, and I don't express myself exactly. It's really that. It's just really because I was not able to express myself when I was a child, and I'm not expressing me now, and I'm expressing myself now in this relationship, and it's bringing out all these negative emotions that I carry out as a child, and I throw them out on this other person that doesn't deserve that. And seeing that and that and that and that and more of that in different angles.
What are these negative emotions?
For example, negative emotions like pushing the other person away. And I want to be alone. I want to be alone. It's like, yeah,
Leave me.
Leave me, you know, like when it's exactly like, you know, when the mother comes, like you're the child that is angry or whatever, and for his own reason, and the mother comes to assure him, and you're like, no, I don't want it, but you really want it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, with my wife is a lot of this. We allow ourselves to be kids, because it's like we're just kids, you know. Like the police bit, like a much as used to say, is the relationship between our inner child.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have to be the father for your inner child, and she has to be the mother for my inner child.
Yeah.
That's is the more I've been in this ashram, like people were telling me all the time, like they were looking at her, and they were saying, like we had these 2 or 3 Indian mothers that they like take us, like they love us like kids, like we are their kids, and they always tell Junie like, yeah, you have to be patient because men are stupid. Pretty much that's the thing. And they would look at her and say like, yeah, you have to be. And she would look at me and say like, she's your mother, she's your wife, she's your mother, she's your children, she's your child. You have to be, boy, yeah, it's all this story. And we are. Yeah.
There's something I read in the Celestine prophecy. It explains at one point this the scenario of drama control. So drama control is if you had, for example, parents that were really interrogating, and whatever you said, they're trying to find fault within it and telling you that you're somehow wrong. So these kids, they become very aloof. You know this word, aloof?
Yeah.
So they create the distance because the parents, they want to have the intention, like they teach them, and suddenly the kid is aloof, and they're like, why is that? So they want the energy back, but the kid gets the energy back by that, by just going away, and they feel like they draw the energy from that. When you had, for example, parents who are very aggressive, like very like very hurtful in that, some kids start to develop this poor me attitude, like, oh, you hurt me so much, going like really suffer. So the parents have sympathy, and like, oh, I'm so sorry, I hurt you, and like, yeah, you hurt me so much. And maybe that's where it comes like, no, leave me alone, I don't want it, and I want even more. So we all have that, and they say in that book that it's very important to recognize our drama control. Where do we draw the energy? Because at the end of the day, it's all this energetical balance. So when we have a conflict and we feel misunderstood or unheard by the person, we feel hurt by it. So, and this hurt like draws our energy levels down, and the other person is almost like on top because they seem like they have inflicted this pain on you. So we try then to draw this energy back, so we deplete them of energy, so we feel a little bit better. And it's always like this energy balance.
Yeah.
And in order to break out of it is to recognize like, oh, this is happening. This is a drama control. This is how we draw the energy from the other person. And I think in order to do that, we also need to understand what are our needs. Because I feel like when we have very balanced communication and you feel hurt by it, now let's say your partner says something, you feel like it really hurt you, and then you have a beautiful conversation, and then the partner's like, what do you feel? I feel hurt right now. What do you need right now? I need sympathy. I need that my feelings are validated. I need to be seen. And then your partner can give you that if they have the capacity, or explain why they cannot, or why. But like have this conversation about your needs. And I feel like this is for men very, very, very difficult. Like if something like that happens, you feel this feeling. And then if the top communicator would come to me and be like, oh, what do you need right now? I don't know. I just feel... But they can then guide you through that. Okay, where is this feeling coming from? Is there something more to it? What is there? What is here? What is there? When they don't judge you, when you feel safe to express, then slowly you can actually come to the root cause of it. Like, oh, true, I have this feeling. I didn't recognize that. Thank you for showing me that.
Yeah, it's true. Like now that you brought it up, this drama control, because I know I was doing it. I just didn't give it I didn't have a name for it. But I saw like I come down and she's up, and I hate it. And then I do little things to bring her down, and then I'm up. Hit a boo back, she boo back. And I try to bring her up. And that's the same thing as she's aware. Yeah, but it's like this kind of, these are the kind of things that I don't want to do anymore. It's with the communication. And I feel like you said, like the base of the communication is like knowing your needs, when knowing who you are, and it's really like it's like when our conversation is about exchanging needs.
Then you can have a negotiation.
I was about to say that it's like a transaction.
Yeah.
It's an energy transaction.
Yeah.
If you're not clear on what you want.
I give you 10 karma points. Make it 5. Deal.
Yeah, but it's like you said, communication. It's really, it's really very, very, very important. I'm noticing more and more and more.
And you said you learned through your wife communication.
Yeah. Of course, I have to survive some other way.
Yeah.
No, it's just like, because when you have a relationship from which you cannot run away, because it draws you in more than you can push it away.
Yeah.
So I've learned to, we learn to communicate, because it's like, okay, after a time, you want to resolve, you want to evolve. When you have both people ready to evolve, that they want to grow, it creates this opportunity. Okay, we can talk. Like you have to be open to say, I don't know.
No.
And that's the whole point. If you have a person that is not willing to say, I don't know, it's like there's no communication happen. Like you can wait, and it depends, but like it's no.
Then it becomes almost like an ego competition.
Yeah.
Whose ego is louder?
But it takes one person. Like I tell my wife all the time, when you have two, it takes one for it to break the chain.
Yeah.
Like you have two options. You have
That's a good point.
Because when I do it alone, or when I speak with other people, it's always me. But when you have another person that is on the same path, it's like, okay, like somebody has to catch it first and say, I don't know. And then was the first one to say, I don't know, everything relaxes. It's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying.
It's like you go into this vibration, so the other person feels comfortable in this vibration too.
So somebody has to break the ice.
Yeah.
And when you have two people that both of them can break the ice, it's really like helpful.
Yeah. Imagine where we would be as a human society if we bring that as a standard of communication, to just admit.
Yeah, but it's not something that you can. I feel like it's not even something you teach. This is something that because you
embody it.
You have to learn it. It's like you can teach it, of course. Yeah, you can teach anything, but the teaching and the learning are one. You have to.
Yeah.
The person has to be ready to learn this, and the person has to be ready to be on this journey of self-discovering. I want to grow. I want to love myself. I want to love another person. I feel like it's good for everybody. Communication is good for everybody, but that's not bad. That's good for everybody.
I mean, you teach by example.
Yeah.
If you're being this person who you think you want to be, if you stay to your truth, then this will create ripples in the world.
Yeah.
By being the change we want to see in the world, we actually change the world. Like we talk about, we want to change the world and but it's not such a far big old thing. Like by you communicating to me about, oh hey, I didn't know, and how about we do something different? You changed my world in that time, because I wasn't sure that. Like I felt that shift within you in this conversation where you're like, okay, how about we just go a different way? And I felt it. So you have changed my world in that moment. And with this assurance that I feel like, wow, this can happen like within a conversation, because often I felt frustrated about that. I felt like in this conversation also like a little bit like this resistance, like, and then something was gone. Like, oh yes, it can happen. So this brought like this trust within me. And then I go out in the world and I know this is possible. So I won't feel the same resistance again. So you have changed my world already. And with this change, I can change the world even further. So it creates ripples and ripples and ripples and ripples just by us embodying the truth that we want to see in the world. So the change is not that far away.
No, absolutely. It's happening,
It's happening. We make it
absolutely.
happen.
No, it's a beautiful world is coming out. Actually,
No, I think so
it's
too.
gonna be amazing.
It's just,
I mean, it's already is amazing.
yeah.
But yeah, we'll just.
Yeah, so to finish it off, do you have any advice or anything you would give for the younger generation coming now, discovering what it means to be a man?
Younger generation.
Yeah.
No problem. You guys are good. Don't listen to anybody older than you. And no, it's for to become a man. Just listen to yourself. It's really. It's like I was not joking when I said you guys are good. You guys got it. It's really. I think as a generation we have more to clean, more to. But for these new generations is. Just believe yourself.
Trust your intuition, trust your heart.
Yourself. Don't let them box. Like you were talking about the boss. The boss. That's very simple. It's just like the more boxed you are, the more work it's gonna take you to take away the box.
Yeah.
Because it's like asking. It's crazy. Like it's really crazy what it means to be a man. To ask a man what it means to be a man. Like hopefully one day this new generation maybe in your day this question is like it sounds as stupid as it should be. Like asking a woman now what it means to be a woman. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But one day.
And when it comes to relationships,
Relationship is a different story. It depends, like loving relationship or
loving relationships.
like husband wife.
Basically, how can someone get to this devotion you have towards your wife? Because I think this will solve many problems in the world if we can have devotion to our female part and the female part, or like if we can have devotion to our partner, whatever sex it is. If we see the God in our partner or the goddess, and she or he, if they see the God in us.
I feel the most important is respect. You have to respect the other person as much as you respect yourself. And if you don't respect yourself, you're not gonna respect the other person. It's really self-love, because first of all, it's really the very first thing is like love yourself. Love yourself, and then when you meet the right person, it's just like the most important is like you don't need another person. That's the most important thing. There's no need. When you find the person, like your partner, it should be like something extra. You don't need anything from this person. You don't need this person for growth or for nothing. It's just something extra. It's like ice cream. It's like you're full and wow, I get to play with this. It's something extra, completely, yes. Until you have that, it's not what word. And it's not even until you're there, but it's like until you made a decision that you don't want to depend on it.
Right. Yeah.
And then it's just like the right person will come, and and it's about being patient and accept. Never go lower than what you think. Like never settle. Like when you meet the right person, everything. But if you settle because I want, maybe it's gonna be like this or like that. No, it doesn't work. Yeah, relationships are very easy, but it's just, I feel like we know with Hollywood and all these things, like we have an idea what a relationship should be. We have an ideal woman. We have an ideal. They have ideals. And they're just ideas. And to just take the time and feel what is real. And then you meet this person and you feel something. And it doesn't have to be explained. No. It's just that. It just is. It just is. But it comes with respect. Like you respect this person, or like you respect yourself. That's the base. And then you just if you love yourself, you love the other person. Just I feel like it's my wife for me is like the closest person to me. Like it's like the whole point of humanity, the universe is just to see everybody as myself and yourself, because the love that you have for yourself is the biggest love that you can have. And that's what it is. And I feel like my wife is the closest thing to me. So it's the easiest one to love. Love is just supposed to just flow. It's not really you have to think about how to love you.
Yeah, but sometimes it takes work, because on the path of love we face a lot of resistance within us, which we need to inquire, where's this resistance coming from, so the love can flow again.
Yeah, but it's not, working on the law. You're
Yeah.
working on the resistance.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. That's
That's the story. But like maybe because it's like if I feel like the right person is like it's really is the one that is easiest to love. Just then it's gonna be really easy to love.
Yeah.
Effortless. Exactly. It just happens. Against your will also something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, brother.
thank you, brother.
Would you like to end the session with 3 ohms and a bit of chanting? If you like. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sri Guru Namaha. Hare Om.
Hare Om.
Thank you so much, Shin.
No problem.
Thank you so much for your openness, for your open heart, for your vulnerability, for sharing with the love, for sharing with the world the love and everything that you have inside of you, because that's so precious. And all this vulnerability is such a strength. I think we're coming slowly to the point where we realize how beautiful and how strong it is to be a vulnerable man.
Absolutely. Slowly, little by little.
Brother Cini.
Brother Edgar.
I always love when you come into guitars and you're like, Brother Edgar. Yeah. Thank you to the grace of Amma for letting us be in this ashram, to be in her body, to fulfill us with all the love. Thank you for Mama Gita for taking care of us. Where you gonna go now?
I have to cook for her.
Good. Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, brother.